Part 1, Chapter 4, the mower or the computer. And without question, Ed says in the book, Green Side Up, without question, owners of landscaping firms love equipment. They love, and we know that we need to have great equipment when we put that out there to help our crews and to help ourselves work well. You know, like pulling on the thing 10 million times to get it to start. It's kind of frustrating, right? No one wants to do that. And very similarly, in the office, not just in the field, but in the office. So the mower, we're happy to invest in that. We see that, we know that. But back in the office, we tend to, and this is mass generalization, but Ed says that we tend to skimp on those things and we tend to not be interested in them and so forth. And in his case, he suggests that, hey, he wasn't a computer nerd specialist. And so what did he do? He went out and got some help. And the help that he got has often suggested, you know, you need to probably start thinking about these things ahead of when you're going to need them so that you can plan ahead. It's like you never want to be going buying a car like in an urgent moment, right? You want to be kind of like looking ahead of the game. And the same is with computer equipment. So when you need to get to know before the purchase and get some advice from some folks that are out there. I come from the software background. I understand this implicitly. And so eventually, you know, the software that you get, and we have a video on this and something that we've produced on our site within our blog, and we'll happily send that to you. Actually, I'll post it in the show notes. And but what we see is that there are various sizes, and that's what Ed suggests here, of software solutions for various components of companies. So now, this was well before he wrote the book, but now we have apps. So if you're like an individual guy, just or have a just a couple of a small crew, you might be fine with just this very simple app that you can download on your phone for free or $30 a month or something like that. In fact, there's some great software companies like LMN and Aspire who both offer apps for the smaller guys. But as you start to grow, and what Ed says is that as your business grows, and the consultant that he retained said, is that your needs are going to change. You're eventually going to, an app is going to become insufficient. And you're going to be able to want to do more. And a lot of times the decisions that you need within computer system is what you want to get out of it, right? The car is not necessarily, but it's getting from A to B that's the important component. So how you do that, the results, do you want to know not that you're making money at the end of the year or just by looking at your cash check at the end of the month, but you want to know different reports, where you're making money, which types of jobs, which types of resources, where you're going around, what are the best routing, schedulings, and so forth that you need to be able to apply to your business to make it the most efficient. Because in the end, in this business, margins are thin, and you need to be efficient with it. And so computer systems, they're going to help. He doesn't say this in the book, but what I've learned about the software industry is that in the end, every business these days, every business is in some way a software business or technology enabled. And you're going to see that. We're seeing that out in the field. We're just looking at Christmas right now. They got basketballs for the kids that like track their basketball dribbling skills to help them improve. So, I mean, that's what we're up against. I mean, the kid's in 6th grade and he wants to compete against the other kid who's like using an app and everything to help him improve his dribbling skills. My son's not going to compete if he doesn't have the same thing. Same with us. We need to have software that's well suited. So what he says in terms of take action, don't skimp on good quality office equipment. And then stay up to date. And I've given you stay up to date with the latest software and be sure that you're supported by a company that can help you purchase from them. And so I'll put the show notes in here, a video that we have that might help you a lot in terms of what you might want to and what you want to see. All right. Thanks a lot.